What is going on, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. For today's video, we get to make some Call of Duty Champs content. We're going to be going through a tier list and ranking all of the teams. In my professional opinion, I feel like I have a pretty good grasp of what team's going to do well, and it won't, or I don't. And, you know, everything I'm saying in this video is just going to go complete opposite. I'm going to look like a dumbass. So either way, I hope today's video is a good one. You know, I wanted to sit down and make this video because I don't really get to make Call of Duty competitive content in terms of like predictions and stuff like that, like I mentioned in my last upload, just because most of the time you say one thing and then the opposite happens, and then you look like a dumbass. So, you know, it's the off season for me. Let's have some fun, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to ramble too long because this entire video is going to be rambling. So I had Rev whip up a tier list format for me to go through and rank all the teams, and we're just going to get straight to it. So thank you guys for watching. As always, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Make sure to leave a like if you do, and let's get started. Alrighty, everybody. Here we have the tier list. We have pick to win, dark horse, favorites, elimination run, and early exits. I didn't want to do like a 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, that's kind of boring to me. So I wanted to go through and like kind of give you guys my take on every single team. So like I said, let's go ahead and get started. Now, disclaimer: if I look like a dumbass, feel free to leave things in the comments or to tweet me after, you know, these matches actually happen, because, you know, if I look like a genius, then, you know, I'm not going to be enabled given 75 takes, then the one that actually ends up happening is the one I take credit for. We don't do that on this channel. Without further ado, my pick to win the 2021 Call of Duty World Championship is going to be Toronto Ultra. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sam, they just choked a 5-0 lead at the Stage 5 Major. They did, but I think they also should have won the Stage 4 Major, but they choked out as well. So I think that they're going to curve the choking, hopefully. Did I say choked 5-0, 4-0, whatever. Hopefully they put a stop to that. I think that they have been the best team for quite some time now. They just haven't been able to really put it together at the very end. I do think, again, that they should have won the Stage 4 Major, and I do think they should have won the Stage 5 Major as well. They weren't in the grand final of Stage 4, but there was a couple matches, or the match that they had versus FaZe, they really just, you know, should have beat them. And I think that with FaZe kind of teetering right now, obviously I think Minnesota's next up. I still think Toronto is the best team in the game. Yes, again, they did choke a 4-0 lead, but that, you know, if they don't lose full from that, that's kind of my one caveat here. If they don't like blow up the team and completely lose their minds from that 4-0 lead, that's, you know, obviously that could happen. But if they regain, they play how they were, add just a little bit of ice, just a teensy little bit of ice in there, I think that you're looking at your 2021 champs. You know, they played a phenomenal fundamental Call of Duty all season. Their S&D is top tier, 1A, 1B, I would say. Respawn obviously is teetering a little bit, but I genuinely think that if these guys can pull together and not choke the ever-living shit out of their matches, I think they win. Alrighty, guys, on to the dark horse category here. It depends how I want to do this. Do I want to do dark horse as in potential to win the tournament based on like just expectations that that team won't, or dark horse as in able to make a run and maybe upset some people? I'm going to go potential pick to win the tournament that not a lot of people are thinking about. We're going to take Dallas here. They didn't look good at Stage 5. I think everyone on that team will admit that to you as well. But I think that they have a knack to turn around at champs time. Obviously, you have Krim, they're Shotzzy, you know, defending world champions, Illy. I think that this team, if they put it together at the right time, being, you know, the end of the year, the biggest tournament of the year, I think that they could really make a run here. Illy has been playing super well. He hasn't performed pretty much all season up into Stage 5, but he started to really compete, which is nice to see. I think Reese is sliding in with Shotzzy super well on that second sub role. That's exactly what that team really needed after they got rid of Kyler. So I think that this team, if they bring it all together, Krim plays well, everyone on the team is playing well, I think that they have the potential to win. And I think that a lot of people have started to write them off just because they had such a poor Stage 5 and how good like Minnesota and Toronto and FaZe, you know, all these guys, how good they look. I don't think that, well, Bart and FaZe anyway. I don't really think that a lot of people have Dallas winning. So I'm going to take dark horse to win, not necessarily make a run here. So yeah. Alrighty, guys, moving on to the favorites category. I have to take Atlanta FaZe here. Obviously, they haven't played super well as of late. Their respawn hasn't been that good. You know, we fucking beat them. So they haven't looked great lately, but I really think that these last, like their underperformance lately is going to be a kick in the ass for these guys. I think that Alec is really going to whip him into shape. I know he was really upset with their Major 5 performance. You know, it's just, I don't think this is something that the Tiny Terrors are accustomed to, you know, losing, which is absurd to even say. So we're going to see these guys bounce back potential, man. They haven't played well lately. This is the first time in their pro careers really where they haven't been performing up to par. You know, par being the best players in the game, but that's beside the point. So we're gonna see how FaZe bounces back. I don't think there's any world where you can't put FaZe as a favorite to win champs. They're the most dominant team that we've seen since the dynasty. They have like six I want to say losses on the season total. So FaZe really doesn't belong anywhere other than pick to win or favorites, in my opinion. Another favorite here, we're gonna have to go Minnesota. Stage 5 champions, the utmost ice that I have ever seen out of a Call of Duty team in my life. An 0-4 reverse sweep comeback grand final absurdity. Again, this is a team that you can't put anywhere other than favorite or pick to win. I don't necessarily think that they're gonna win because the sheer amount of ice, luck, clutch ability, and stars aligning for them to win that major, I don't think is going to happen again. That's like a once in a lifetime tournament win for these guys. So I don't know if it's going to happen again. Lightning could strike twice, who knows? But it's going to take a whole lot for them to win the tournament, in my opinion. I just think that if Ultra and FaZe are playing up to how I know they can and how they have all year, I really don't think that Minnesota has the proper tools to beat these guys without the other team kind of faltering, if that makes sense. Which I'm not taking it away from Minnesota. Their tournament was one of the most ridiculous things that I have ever fucking seen in my entire life. Those guys deserve to win more than anyone else at that tournament. I just don't think that Lightning's really going to strike twice in this situation. Alrighty, guys, for the elimination run, I'm going to go ahead and throw Optic in here. They do play New York first round, which I'm going to have them winning that, as Clay is unknown. And at this point, like a week or 2 weeks out of champs, if it hasn't been said yet, I don't think he's going to be playing. So they're going to be playing with Diamond. I think Optic is just out-talents them every day of the week, to be honest with you, unless New York does some miraculous crazy shit and upsets them round 1. I think that Optic wins that, and then they immediately play FaZe, and I think FaZe is going to win that series. So you're going to take Optic into a loser's run. That's just how the cookie crumbles for those guys. Matching up with FaZe round 2, not ideal, but it has to happen because there's an 8-team tournament and they don't really get long for a warm-up. So hopefully New York is good enough for them. Potentially they could beat FaZe if FaZe plays anywhere similar to how they had at Major 5, but I'm just going to go ahead and assume that they don't. And we're going to take Optic in an elimination run. I think that Optic is definitely a team that is the ability to win the tournament. It's entirely up to them if they want to do it. I think that they 110% have the star power to do it. I think if Dylan and Seth continue to play the COD that they have for the last, I don't fucking know, 6 months, like, I think these guys are insane. If Bruce and Matt can like step up to where Seth and Dylan are right now, I think that those guys can definitely win this tournament. Seth and Dylan have been playing like lights out Call of Duty. Like I said it on the eavesdrop, but this is Seth's best game in a very, very long time. And Dylan had an absolutely pop off Sunday at the major as well. So if he continues that, then Optic could make a run. But like I said, they're running into FaZe super early. We're not going to know how that goes. And then the rest of the teams down here, I do have as early exits in LA, New York, and the Florida Mutineers. So you have Optic in New York, and then you have Minnesota and Dallas as your winners round 1 matches, and then the losers of those will drop to play Florida and the LA Thieves respectively. Again, it is Call of Duty. I could be talking out of my ass right now. I'm not quite sure. We're just gonna have to wait for the tournament to start to to see everything. But I think that just the teams that are dropping into the losers bracket, I think are just flat out better right now. I have faith in Ken and Austin. I think they made an absurd losers run last year. It is champs time. Austin does live for the big moments. So I could see the Thieves potentially making it to a round 2 or a round 3. Now, I do think that whoever ends up playing New York, I don't know how, if you drop down to the opposite side or not, but I think whoever ends up playing New York has the potential to win that match. But I think whoever they play in the following series, being LA or Florida, I think both of those guys will lose to whatever team they end up playing in their losers round 2. Like I said, I do think they both have the potential to beat New York, as they're playing with essentially a fill-in, but I don't think they really make it much further than that. It's definitely going to be interesting though, because like I said, it's such a small tournament. You have literally the best teams all year here, so it's very, very cut and dry on how the year has gone in terms of performance. For me anyway, that's kind of how I'm going here. How I play them in scrims, how they've looked in tournaments and stuff like that. I think this is probably the most accurate tier list that I could have made. I tried to be as honest as possible. I think that just the way that the matchups and winners, like I said, just how they drop down into the losers and how those teams have performed all season, I think this is what it's looking like. No, I could be proven wrong, and New York could pull some like fill in magic like they did at Major 4 or Major 5, excuse me, and upset Optic or some absolute crazy shit. I don't know, man. There's going to be a wide variety of possibilities. It is Call of Duty at the end of the day. I could be completely wrong and fucking, I don't know, Optic could win the tournament. So let me know if you guys enjoyed today's video. Leave some comments down below. If there's anything on this list that you just like heavily disagree with, like I said, the 2 winners matchups, for those of you guys that are curious, I'll link it in the description below, is going to be Minnesota and Dallas, and then Optic versus New York. And then those teams are going to drop to play Florida and the LA Thieves. And then obviously you have FaZe and Toronto waiting in the winners round 2, so they're obviously not going to be playing. But like I said, I think this is I think I did a pretty good job. So let me know in the comments down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day.